Kung yung tatay mo ay medyo militar na pasista. Oh, anak, ano 2 plus 2? Ha? 2 plus 2 is 5. Ha? 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 Sabi ko, hindi 5, hindi 5. Alam mo yung duwende, ginamit kong concepto or a kind of a metaphor, no? We often talk na yung duwende ng kahoy, yung duwende ng ilog, or duwende ng bundok. It's a colonial word, no? Galing sa Espanyol. Pero talagang part ng lingwahe natin na. So duwende for me is parang an energy, parang isang lakas na galing sa loob. Madalas pag may mga young artists, filmmakers, painters, who ask me kung ba, parang, sensei, anong sikreto? It's not, hindi yan dahil nag-aaral ako dito or some prestigious place or I was under some great mentor. Ang duwende is, para sa akin, yung creativity natin, yung paglilikha natin na can only be original kasi nanggaling sa kaloob-looban mo. What do I mean by this? Para sa akin, ang duwende is a product. Yung sariling duwende mo is really a unique entity na nag-frame ng mundo. Yung duwende mo will have that frame, whatever shape it is, nobody else can have. Kung malaya ang duwende mo, ito yung combination ng, para sa akin, dalawang malakas na influenza. Yung where you grew up or how you grew up, yan ang unang influence, yung personal upbringing mo. Nakaka-influence later sa tingin mo sa mundo. So, just as an example, it's my favorite example, kung yung tatay mo ay medyo militar na pasista. Oh, anak, ano 2 plus 2? Ha? 2 plus 2 is 5. Ha? 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 Sabi ko, hindi 5, hindi 5. Okay, kung ganun ang, let's say, first influences mo, it's going to affect the way you look at the world at paano ka mag-interact sa mundo. I mean, compared to, let's say, kung ang tatay mo was a very gentle theater artist na, ay anak, baka naman 2 plus 2. Tingnan natin kung 5 ang tungo niya o pupunta natin. So these kinds of early influences, isa nang factor yon. Yung isang factor is yung overall cultural influence sa'yo. So kung lumaki ka sa isang village, let's say like Forbes Park Village, iba yung paningin mo kesa kung lumaki ka sa kultura ng, let's say, an Ifugao village, no? So if you see somebody na lumalakad sa kalye na nakabahag, gaya ko, kung kolehiyala ka na you ride every day in a Mercedes-Benz and you only see Makati, nakita mo si Kidlat naglalakad along the street. Ay, that's your framing. Wow. Puwet. Pero if you grew up in a village where araw-araw may nakabahag at yung paggamit ng bahag also shows the personality ng tao, you take it as a normal thing, iba yung reaction mo. So your framing is affected mainly by those two things. Because of that, meron kang very special duwende framing. And as an artist, yun ang sinasabi ko sa mga young indie filmmakers, hanapin mo yung sariling duwende mo. Don't be a copycat. After 400 years ng colonization, madaling maging copycat culture. You want to be the Disney of the Philippines. You want to be the Beatles of the Philippines or the Picasso of the Philippines. Pero ang galing natin, why don't we look inside sa bakuran natin? Kasi yung framing mo ng duwende mo is naroon na, nasa loob ng, at yan ang magiging storyline mo sa film mo, yan ang magiging framing mo sa canvas mo or sa nobelang susulatan mo. That to me is the easiest way I can share it sa mga kabataan. Hanapin mo yung duwende mo, that unique, creative entity inside of you. At alagaan mo, nurture it, then write your play, make your film, or do your book. And I think the world is waiting for that. Alam mo, raising a family, malaking challenge yun. And again, siguro you can, pwede mong to do it the mainstream way or pwede mo rin sumunod ka ng kapa-daloy. No? what I said, straying on track. Ako, lumaki ako sa isang pamilya na, yeah, my father was a member of the Rotary Club, ang mother ko, head ng Girl Scouts. Pinaaral ako sa Maryknoll School. Ang galing ko mag-English when I was a little boy. Kung sinundan ko yung track na yun, siguro nag-MBA rin yung mga anak ko. I don't know. All my sons are artists. I think that's why you asked the question. Bukod na narinig nilang pinag-uusapan ko yung finding your own duende and nurturing it as against being a copycat. First of all, siguro kasi gusto kong maging barkada ng mga anak ko. Yung father ko, it was, iho, may generation hierarchies na yun. Si Kidlat, ang panganay ko, would play with my cameras. Hindi yung, holier than thou itong mga camera mo. Bawal, don't touch it. So they learned to shoot with a bamboo camera. To shoot with our local eyes. To tell the story from a local point of view. And not what the formula tells you. Pinaaral ko sila sa mga public schools. Dito sa SPED, sa Baguio. Basta't merong, like nung people power rallies nung 1986, mga grade school lahat sila. Basta't merong people power rally, kasama ko sila. You'll learn a lot more out here than memorizing hekasi books sa school. Kasi ako rin, I was working on myself. Decolonizing myself. Gusto ko rin mag-iba yung concept ng parenthood that yung generation ng parents ko had. At yung bigyan ng laya, yung duwende ng mga anak ko. Siguro, maski naman conscious o hindi conscious yung intention ko na yun, basta't yun ang takbo ng aking pagiging tatay. No? As a matter of fact, you probably heard this na, nung nagtuturo ako sa UP, ng film courses, ang last, sabi ko palagi sa end of the semester, okay, kids, ano man natuto natin on the semester, whether it's technical or artistic or paano pagtimpla ng film story, there's only one thing I want you to remember at the end of the semester, na Kidlat Tahimik is a tatay and a filmmaker in that order. Priority ko yung pagkatatay ko, secondary lang yung career ko as a filmmaker. And I think it's sa lahat ng ginagawa natin, kung alam natin ang priorities natin, I think hindi tayo mag-aabuso sa mga kapwa-tao natin. We will not abuse our capacity as creative people kasi may sense of responsibility tayo sa audiences natin. Siguro yun ang parang daloy ng aking pag-iisip. Napasa ko sa kanila dahil kabarkada ko sila. So I'm quite proud now ngayon na to make it short. Basta pinabayaan ko sila. I avoided yung usual dictum ng mga parents. Magpo-fine arts ka? Magugutom ka lang. Huwag ka naman. Mag-MBA ka na lang. And lalo na yung bathala na philosophy that I picked up. No? Just remember, bathala na was framed by the foreigners na it's a negative value. Bahala na. Pero I think sa paningin ko, yung bahala na, yung parang wala akong gagawin, basta bahala na. Or like si Pantamad, bahala na. Hintayin ko yung saging mahulog. Wala akong gagawin. These kinds of negative framing of letting, pinababaya mo yung interplay ng mga inisip mo at yung mga pangyayari na dumarating sa buhay mo. I think yung bathala na came from bathala na. Bathala na is, gawin mo lahat yung gagawin mo. Kailangan gawin. You use your brain, you use your brawn. Gagawin mo whatever you have to do. And then, yung final outcome, bathala na. You're humble enough to say, sige, kung saan man dumating yung film ko o yung obra ko, bathala na. But it also means, gagawin mo lahat ng kailangan mong gawin para it goes in your direction. It is a proactive word. So siguro yun, napasa ko rin sa mga anak ko. Siguro kung naging banker ako sa Wall Street, iba yung grow up, paglaki nila, iba yung child rearing ginawa ko sa kanila. And I have to thank my wife a lot for that. When I met Catherine, parang she catalyzed my becoming an artist, which maybe I passed on to my kids. Kasama si Catherine doon sa new generation sa Germany that was very much against the fascistic ways of World War II, no? She was born in 1950, right after the war. And I'm happy na mga duwende na mga anak ko are kicking and alive at pinasa na nila sa mga apo ko. They're all crazy creators. Well, if they want to become a banker one day, ano magagawa ko? Pero at least sa paglilikha talagang ginagalang nila yung duwende nila. And I think in that way, hindi sila nagiging copycat artist. So that's a little way of culture bearing, pinapasa. Kasi aware ako na ayaw kong masyadong parang sistema ng strict parenthood ng mga magulang ko. Pero to be playful, to be bathala na, to let it flow, lahat ng daloy. At I think, wow, full of surprises. Bathala na.